What's up, everybody? It's another Warp World episode of World 1-1 Podcast. I am your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder. Joining me, as always, is my co-pilot, Eddie V.
Hey, everybody.
And we're back to talk about all the third-party press showings from E3 2018 this year. Eddie, where do you want to start? Do we want to get the
let's start with
digital garbage out of the way? Do we want to hit EA?
Well, let's do Digital Devolver first, because their press conference was like short and they didn't have many games. And then
but God, it was good.
And then limited run games. You probably know more about that, because I didn't watch the limited runs of Devolver one.
All right. So Devolver continued their new tradition that they started last year by giving us the E3 press showing that we all so dearly deserve. So if you're familiar with last year's show, this year's show pretty much picks up where it left off, with Nina Struthers coming out telling us about all the amazing innovations from Devolver Digital, including their Devolver Digital Classic Mini, which was fantastically just a repainted Sega Dreamcast that was not actually hooked up to anything and had a fake burned copy of Metal Wolf
Chaos.
Yeah, Metal Wolf Chaos in the disc tray.
For a game that wasn't even on Dreamcast, that was on regular Xbox.
Yeah, that did not get a stateside release until now. Devolver Digital is bringing Metal Wolf Chaos to the States for the first time ever with Metal Wolf Chaos DX, I believe it is. And it's just, God, it just looks like a ton of stupid fun. Mechs, patriotism, the president, the White House, all jammed together.
Mech.
Yes.
And the bad thing about it was, like, when it originally came out, it was already localized. Like, it already had an English soundtrack.
Uh-huh.
And this is another game from Software. So.
Yeah. So, that's probably the biggest game announcement from Devolver Digital. Other than that, you know, their show was just like 20 minutes solid of pure lunacy, including the return of the guy that lost his arm in last year's show, blasting the hell out of Nina Struthers on stage. Nina Struthers introducing Devolver Digital's latest innovation, the loot box coin, which was nothing short of spectacular. Like, I'm not gonna lie, secretly this may have been the show that I was looking forward to the most this year, just because of the insanity that they bring to the stage. And it did not fail to deliver. It was just as amazing as I wanted it to be. But that's Devolver in a nutshell for you. I highly recommend that you check it out, or as Nina would so lovingly say, check a look. But yeah, it's totally worth the 20 minutes of your time to go watch this show. Anything I say will just not begin to do it justice. That being said, they've managed to have me mark my calendar already for next year's Devolver Digital show. They ended on a cliffhanger with to be continued at E3 2019. So I'm already excited for that. Beyond that, limited run games for the first time coming to the E3 press stage. The presentation was kind of adorable, yet awkward. Like, you could tell they kind of wanted to go for the Devolver Digital goofy, but without the over-the-top extravagance and vulgarity. And the presentation didn't quite hit the mark for me, but their showing was excellent. they definitely brought a ton of stuff saying, here's all the awesome shit that you can look forward to coming from Limited Run Games, including 8 Switch games. One of the ones that I know a lot of people have been looking forward to, and I will say after having played it on Xbox One, I don't know why, but Yooka-Laylee is getting its hard copy release on Switch. More importantly, though, Switch is also getting hard copies of Golf Story and Thumper, which is way more exciting, let's be honest here.
Which is weird because I guess Team 17 is not doing Yooka-Laylee. That's why it was weird that Limited Run Games is.
So, yeah, I don't know what the deal there is, but Yooka-Laylee is one that is just not going to get my money. I'm sorry. I've played it, and I was very disappointed. So it's that does nothing for me. But like I said, that's some other showings. The other one that I was super, super excited about in as far as Switch goes with Limited Run Games was Dust and Elysian Tale is getting a port and physical release to the Switch. And that was really cool, was that not only is it getting, the physical release on Switch, but the fact that Limited Run is actually doing the porting work themselves in order to get it there. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I played a good handful of hours of that on the 360 many years ago, and I really liked it. It's a super pretty game. It's a ton of fun. It is just up my alley, and I cannot recommend it enough. So make sure you're marking your calendars and bookmarking Limited Run's website for when that goes live, because they are just that. They are Limited Run. They only make a few thousand copies of each, and once it's gone, that's it. So it's worth getting your hands on.
A quick question about Dust: is the developer still around, or did he stop making games?
That I don't know off the top of my head. I would have to do some research on that. But I am curious. I can only imagine that it's also getting a digital release. I just, given that this was a Limited Run joint, that they're the reason that it's coming to Switch, and that, hard copies are kind of their hallmark, their thing. I'm curious to see how that digital release gets handled. If maybe this is the first time that we see a game get a hard copy with no digital version coming. So, because they really didn't say anything about it, and I didn't expect them to, given that that's not their specialty per se. But it'd be a shame to have access to that game so restricted as to just the few thousand copies that Limited is going to be releasing. So, but that being said, it's worth having a hard copy. They also showed a ton of stuff coming for PS4 and PS Vita, which at this point, I'm convinced that Limited Run Games is solely the only company keeping the Vita alive at this point, because, God, they do a ton of stuff for Vita. And frankly, I think that Sony should just give all the rights to everything to do with Vita over Limited Run Games, because they could actually do something with it at this point.
But that's if anyone's making anything for Vita. Like, all the third parties abandoned it, so it's just all indies now.
Yeah, it is. And again, major props to Limited Run for, getting those indies, a second life with their Vita games by putting up those hard copies that are in demand. So, but yeah, it was a ton of stuff shown. It's not super long either. It's worth a look. Again, the presentation is weird, quirky, awkward, that didn't quite hit the mark, but just the amount of stuff that they were showing to get excited about is worth checking out that show for. That being said, I'm a little vexed that Limited Run has not started doing anything for Xbox One yet. Like, it's all been Vita, PS4, and Switch. So, because I mean, there's a bunch of good, digital only stuff that I would love to have hard copies of on my Xbox One. Bring me a hard copy of Superhot, of The Witness. I'm not going to lie, when they said that, there was a 360 game that they were going to be doing a hard copy for Switch, my mind was racing with a bunch of stuff that I would love to have on Switch on hard copy. Castle Crashers, Braid, Fez, all would be phenomenal choices to get that treatment as well.
Yeah.
So, and I hope that Dust does extremely well and that it pushes them to do some more of that work.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it'll have new life on Switch. That people will pick it up and hopefully it get good reviews and good sales. And so that the game did better on Switch than any other system combined. Like, that's what we are hoping for.
So, do we want to talk about the steaming dumpster fire that was the EA show?
I don't think EA was the dumpster fire compared to what Bethesda was, but let's jump into the EA. So how
I think you and I have very different opinions on that subject.
I mean,
then
we have like 4 shows, and all of them were like over an hour.
Let's hit the highlights and the lowlights, and we'll leave the middling shit out.
Okay.
So
let's go with the highs first. The highs, Battlefield 5 looks good. I would give it that. It looks really good. I'm looking forward to that game. We'll get to the other part that's a low about that. Unravel 2 is released. Sea of Solitude looks phenomenal. A lot of people are really into Anthem. Anthem looks fantastic, and I will give it to BioWare. I can't wait to see more, find out more of the story, but like, they did a great job. And the host, Andrea, like, she did a phenomenal job. I think she should come back and host it again for EA. Like, I really just like her. She was able to handle everything, and even when stuff felt awkward, she still was able to power through it. So, I really enjoyed that. Something that wasn't a part of the stream, but they did talk about it, was Madden NFL Mobile and The Sims 4 Seasons. That's coming out June 27th. So, and they showed a little thing about what that is, so people who are still playing it. But there were a lot of lows in this game. Well, one last thing for people who care about the Clone Wars, that DLC is coming to Star Wars Battlefront 2. So then that might be a highlight for people who like the Clone Wars. But
I'm not gonna lie, it was really funny watching EA trying to backpedal without just straight up owning their fuck up on Battlefront.
Yes.
We didn't get it quite right. We kind of stumbled out of the gate. We didn't hit our stride. No, y'all got fucking greedy and y'all got shut down for it.
That's why we're about to get into the lows. I want to save the biggest low for last. And we probably could, we know what that biggest low is. So,
is that biggest low about cell phone size?
We will get into that a little bit later. Trust me, we'll get into that one. One of the lows was Battle Royale coming to Battlefield 5, or they're now just calling it Royale. A lot of people did not clap, and some people are kind of groaned about it. I think,
yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah. Another low for it was Respawn announcing Star Wars Jedi Fallen. Like,
oh, Fallen Order, yeah.
yeah, they announced it and didn't show anything, and it's just like, why do you even bring him then? Like, he didn't even need to be there. Like, their little segment was kind of awkward, and we didn't. The boy coming out who won Madden, he didn't go to his graduation because he was focusing on Madden. That, you know, he out here getting money or getting checks. That was so stupid. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
this is
all the sports content needed to go away because I'm sorry, you're EA. We already know you're making sports shit again.
I would say this: they made FIFA a big deal because people who are in Europe play FIFA a lot. You know, that's their football, I should say, and so they care more for that than anyone cared for Madden, I would say.
Yeah, but it still feels out of place at this event this week.
Madden and NBA Live 19 didn't really get no kind of love. Like, people knew they were coming, and people were just like, whatever, we've seen this and stuff. And, you know, they gave their reason for why Madden wasn't coming to Switch, and people were just like, that's the most stupidest thing. So,
yeah.
For their reason. But the lowest, and I mean the lowest thing of EA's press conference was, for some unknown reason, Command & Conquer being a mobile game. And it's not the fact that it's a mobile game. It was boring in this presentation. That they just jumped into some sportscasters to talk about it, introduce some people we don't know who was playing the game that we never heard of or seen. And when all was said and done, then they announced the title, and then they showed the trailer for it. And it was just like, what is this? This is stupid. Like,
the whole thing was awful.
And I don't know how the PC community feels about this.
Like, really, this is one of the biggest missed opportunities, because EA spent a huge hunk of time at their show pushing their new Origin Access Premium for PC. It's like, you want to get people hyped? Tell them they can get a new fucking Command & Conquer on PC. Not on their fucking cell phones, you idiots.
It wasn't even that. It was just announce what the game is. Everybody else got an announcement for their game. Even when they brought up the next presenter, they talked about something and did introduce the game. This one, they were just like, we're going to get it right into the action. Of what?
Yeah, it was a... God, it hurts so bad.
But that does... Are we done with EA? Because we got to get to this next...
No, we're so done. No, I take it back. EA did have something worth talking about. Highlight for the EA show, honestly, was... I think the fact that they did so awful with all their big AAA stuff, it made the little bits of indie shine all the brighter with Unravel 2 and more. I think the bigger one that's more intriguing here is SOS Sea of Solitude.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Those look sharp. Unravel 2 got the announcement and out now treatment, which is always fantastic. And Sea of Solitude looks all kind like, I would totally be down. Like, that game looks like it belongs in a 2-pack with Rhyme. And I mean that in the most complimentary way possible.
Yeah. The one odd thing and weird thing was, congratulations to the guys who did A Ways Out. Was able to get them a studio. But they didn't mention nothing about fee at all. And I just thought that was literally unfair.
It's because it's already out. It came out to so reviews, and I just wanted to bury it.
Like, even with that, they didn't even give it... Well, EA didn't even give it that thing any promotion. But that's what EA is known for. And it was just like, you at least commission fee in a way out and just be like, these two games we started off when we talked about EA originals to show you original ideas and creativity. Do something, because I think the reason why Fee didn't get its recognition, people didn't know that the game came out and it got overshadowed. Like they didn't really. The last time we heard about that game was when the game got announced, and that was the only time that we seen that developer. I mean, they're making the Ghost Giant for PSVR. They're making that, but we didn't know that game was coming out. Like, EA could have took advantage of this game, it being on Switch, and promoting that. They didn't even do that.
Yeah, but again, that's dead and gone at this point.
Yeah. And we're not going to mention the EA Origin stuff. You guys can go see that.
No, that's all garbage anyways.
If you want to pay $100 to play some games early on PC, go ahead. If not, it's $15 a month. It was stupid. That's all I got to say. So, you want to get into some Bethesda?
Yeah, let's talk Bethesda, because I think Bethesda had a much stronger showing. It started out bad.
Oh, it was terrible.
It started rough, but God, they hit their stride and they hit it well.
I don't think they hit anything.
Let's get into it and let's see where we disagree here.
So Rage 2. We knew about it. They showed some gameplay. It looks fine. It's okay. I'm not saying it's like, ooh, that was cool. They kept jumping it around by editing stuff, and I was just like, just show me one whole level of what this game is going to be about. Like, you say that they're on a mission, but you're jumping them everywhere in different parts of the game because they was doing a certain move. I know it's like, it feels like Doom, but I was just like, I just wanted to see how a level goes in that game.
Yeah. I will say, I almost died laughing at...
Oh, the Walmart shade?
Oh, God, yes.
Oh, yeah.
That was fantastic.
That Pete Hines, I will always give it to. He does a fantastic job about it.
But that Andrew WK opening was, whoa.
It would have been okay if while he was playing the music, if they were showing a trailer. If they was actually showing the game.
Agreed.
Because they focus on it, and I'm just like, okay, you did the thing. Cool. How about while you playing the music, we're seeing a different trailer of the game, and then it leads to, or my thing would have been like, okay, Andrew WK is here. You guys already paid him for this stuff. How about he plays some music to introduce people for the next segment and stuff, like make crazy rock stuff of something from Elder Scrolls. It was just like, why are we seeing him doing this?
Yeah, that was all the awkward right there. But I think once they got through that, they hit their stride.
Yeah. And I can I say, no knock to Andrew WK. I think he's a fantastic artist. I think he came out and really did his job. I think Bethesda should have just used the opportunity while he was playing to focus on the game.
Agreed. It was a missed. It was a miss because it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah. It
was mismanaged and mishandled. So, but that being said, Bethesda, what else do we have up from Bethesda after Rage 2?
A lot of Elder Scrolls stuff that I just did not care for. Elder Scrolls Legend, a card game, it's coming to Switch, One and PS4. Elder Scrolls Online got Somerset, that is available now. They have Online Quake. You guys can get it on PC. That didn't do nothing for me. Doom Eternal, I'm happy for that announcement. And everybody wants that game on Switch over anything else. Meaning that if the game comes out for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, they want the Switch version to come along with it on the same day, because of Bethesda joining in with other gamers saying let's get Doom to 1 million, and I think Doom did sell 1 million on Switch. Bethesda was surprised about that, so everyone's just like, we helped get this game to 1 million, so it shows that we want the sequel to come to it. Wolfenstein Youngbloods seems like that's going to be a great game. This is the DLC for Wolfenstein 2.
No, that's not DLC. That's new standalone.
Nope, it's DLC.
Is it?
Yep.
I swear they said this was new standalone.
It's DLC in the fact that just like the other Wolfenstein game. It was, I know New Order it was, but I forgot what it was. They packaged it as standalone DLC because they made a physical copy, but because you could play it by itself, I believe, when they decided to do that. But it is in the universe of Wolfenstein 2, and it's seen as DLC. So it's probably gonna have a standalone version to it. But it's not going to be treated as big as Wolfenstein 2 was. So, and then they had
because this is Wolfenstein co-op as well.
Right.
So,
right, but because it's in the same vein in Wolfenstein 2, it's kind of like DLC that they're treating it. Even
This is many years after Wolfenstein 2.
Right, but it's not the sequel to Wolfenstein, and it's not like it could be seen as a side story, but it's part of Wolfenstein 2. And only reason why it's DLC is that if you want the physical, if they do a physical version, you could go buy the physical. But this is kind of like going in the vein of Wolfenstein 2 in this world, even though it's in the future. It's like it's part of the Wolfenstein universe. Wolfenstein 2 universe, but it's not like Wolfenstein 3.
Right. Nobody's saying it's Wolfenstein 3, but this is being put out as a standalone game.
Right, but it's still considered as DLC. Because if it was going to be, I think if it was going to be like its own game, the two main characters wouldn't be BJ's daughters.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's perfectly justifiable as its own side story sequel. Yeah. But in any case, that being said,
Wolfenstein. Well, because we don't got too much. Wolfenstein Cyberpilot VR, Prey getting New Game Plus. They got some other DLC, and then they kind of announced went in more detail with Fallout 76. Yep. Like I mentioned, Fallout 4 is available on Game Pass if you guys have that for Xbox One. And then I
downloaded that actually. I think I may actually finally take that for a spin. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little excited about Elder Scrolls Legends just because I still have no fucking Hearthstone on my Switch for no good goddamn reason.
Hey, I don't know why Yu-Gi-Oh's not still on there.
In any case,
they announced Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield. I'm sorry, not Starfleet. Yep. Starfield. They did announce. I think I got everything. Yeah, I got the Prey. Yeah. So that's
the other thing too is they actually did some deep dive stuff on what to expect with Fallout 76, and the fact that it's out in a handful of months.
Yeah,
that's a big deal there.
I don't know why Ty Howard was trying to put on the stand up comedic routine. That was just horrible.
I liked his stuff.
His stuff was not
I liked
funny.
His stuff. And I'm sorry, Skyrim on Amazon Alexa was fucking awesome.
That was funny. Now that right there was funny.
Great.
That was funny, and it's actually, yes, everybody, it's an actual thing. But like Fallout 76, that just felt so drawn. I was just like, come on.
I was digging it. I was into it.
I wasn't.
Which says a lot because I don't have any real attachment to Fallout. It never did much for me. But I'm looking at it going, okay, I could get into this.
Like, to me, I'll get Prey. I'll probably pick up Prey. was to go down a little bit more, I'll pick up Wolfenstein Youngbloods. I'll definitely get Rage 2, and I'll get, and everybody, Fallout Shelter is available on Switch for free. You
For free.
Download that. And I will get the Wolfenstein Youngbloods, but like I didn't care nothing about the Fallout 76. It looks like DLC from Fallout 4. There's no improvements to it. It's just a different time with different colors. Nothing.
I disagree. I mean, you're talking about a game where you're talking like small batch servers where all the other characters out there are actual fucking people that you can go out and play with. I'm also totally looking forward to getting my hands on a nuke and just ruining somebody's fucking day.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, no, I'm staying away from this.
I need a nuke.
I think people are going to be trying to do swatting stuff with this. I think it's going to cause a problem. There's going to be, I think, cheats and mods and stuff. Like, nothing about the Fallout series, nothing about the Elder Scrolls series did anything for me. Starfleet, they could have, Starflight, sorry. They could have showed a trailer or something, but they was just like, this is for the next generation. And I'm just like, you showed the world, and then it says Starflight. That says nothing about what this game is going to be. Starfield, sorry. Keep saying Starflight, Starfield. But other than that, this thing was so just just gave me straight boredom and made me my eyes rose.
I think if you're firmly in the Bethesda camp, because they have their own unique fandom when it comes to games.
Yeah.
Because they've spent decades crafting a handful of universes and putting tons and tons of love into those couple of universes. So, I mean, if that's your jam, then this was a great showing for you. It's not even so much my jam, but I liked the presentation for the most part, sans the flub at the beginning. And, they showed some stuff that made me look at some of the Bethesda stuff for the first time and go, I might want to play that now.
I think besides Pete Hines, the two people who came out for Prey and gave their talk, they were very passionate and charismatic. I like that. Some of the discussions just was so awkward. Of course, when the Wolfenstein the two guys came out, just like, oh yeah, one more thing, F Nazis. I did laugh, and I'm just like, yeah, I give them that. Like, they were good with that. But everything else was just like, you guys are... One of the dudes who was talking about one of their games, he had like black hair. He looked constipated and nervous, and I'm just like, yeah, no, this just does not work for me. I like when they did Bethesda Land, when they did the direct style, because a lot of them are just not good speakers. Todd Howard did nothing for me. I know people love him. They love his games. He's a great creator and developer. But even though it's not my cup of tea, nothing about that was interesting. Nothing about that stood out to me. You gave that big presentation, and no one is talking about Fallout.
Well, I don't know. I think there's plenty of buzz for Fallout. I just think that, the fact that it's going to be in everybody's hands so soon, like, I don't need to clamor for every scrap of information because I'll have the whole thing in my hands soon enough. Yeah. So, where do you want to jump over to next?
So we'll go over to Square Enix because they did a digital presentation. And just a quick rundown.
They did a digital dump is what they did.
They showed off Kingdom Hearts 3. They showed off Nier.
I would use the term showed off when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3 very loosely here because they showed the same trailer.
Well, that's what I mean.
Their own showing.
I mean that's
Microsoft showed.
I mean, this is just what I'm running down of what they showed off. Like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, they showed that with some gameplay. That looks so good. Like that was to me one of the highlights in this presentation. So of course I was already going to buy it. So, Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood, they announced that some of the monsters from Monster Hunter World is going to be coming to that game. So they have a crossover. Capcom and Square Enix. The Adventures of Captain Spirit, you guys could pre-purchase it. It's free. And the game will be out June 26th. It's kind of a prelude or a connection to Life is Strange 2, if you guys are interested. They announced Dragon Quest XI for PS4. They actually gave it a date. Babylon's Fall is Square Enix and Platinum Games' new title. We don't know what that is, but it looks like it's going to be 4-player co-op. They just did a reminder of Octopath Traveler, Just Cause 4. Went into a little bit more detail. Game will be out December 4th, and they talked about how the weather is going to hinder your progress. You could use it to help you, or you can use it, or it'll be used against you. And that's pretty much it for it.
It was a real quick half-hour show.
Yeah.
And most of what was in their showing, they had already shown somewhere else.
Yes. In fact, dude, they announced Nier Automata for Xbox One before they even showed it. Square Enix announced it on Twitter. It's just like, why did you do an announcement if you know it's going to be in your presentation? Like, the only thing I could say that I really took away from this was Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I don't know why they didn't show The World Ends With You.
Yeah, this felt like the most unnecessary show of the entire week.
Yeah.
This was just like recycled everything.
And I think they probably did. I think personally for them, they didn't think it through because they placed everything already in other people's shows. And they probably just didn't think that, oh, you know what, we don't need a show because 85% of our of our announcements is on everybody else's show. Like, I would have still did Shadow of the Tomb Raider because, you know, some gameplay. That's cool. I would have tried to at least showed, The World Ends With You, did some kind of presentation about Octopath Traveler and how that, and Bravely Default, like how that led into them creating more games for Switch and giving us a hint. They showed A Quiet Man. We don't know what that is. Some people think it's a sequel to The Bouncer. But it looks like it's going to be a beat 'em up third party action game. Who knows?
That one kind of caught my interest a little bit, actually.
I'm going to wait for more details. I think they said they're going to talk more about it in August.
I'm with you, but I'm hoping to see them do something unique with the whole deaf main character angle.
Yeah. I would have did more with Dragon Quest XI, and did more with Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy 15. There was a game at Tokyo Game Show called Left Alive. I would have probably, because I think that it might come to the West, but it's only in Japan right now. I would have showed that trailer for people who don't know about that game at Square Enix. Like, they still could have did 30 minutes and did some talking for some things, and kind of remind people of some of the games that they're out. They could have put some stuff on Game Pass for Xbox, and announced some stuff right there. They could have did, like, you know, some PC sales.
They could have done a lot of anything with that, and they did, like, nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I think this was better. This was way better than EA. This is way better than Bethesda, to me. I enjoyed it because it was quick to the point. I was able to watch it, go eat lunch, and move on with my day, and get ready for Ubisoft.
So I felt like it was a waste of my time because so much of it was just recycled.
Yeah. So, but I was fine with the presentation. So, so we could get into the last one, which is Ubisoft. Or did you have anything for Square Enix, or that was it?
That was it. Just recycled. Why did you bother?
Yeah.
So
yeah, Ubisoft. I actually like this Just Dance 2019 performance.
I wish they would stop doing those.
I think they did it and got it out of the way. I think it was cool them doing like band numbers or pop hits and stuff. There was one of them that sounded really good. I was just like, from a music perspective. But I thought it was fine. They didn't bring up.
Don't get me wrong. The performance was well put together. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't belong here.
Which is weird that They've
been doing this for like 3 or 4 years running now. They need to stop.
Did they give it an official release date for this game? Because I think I wrote down October 5th, but for the Switch version, it's like October 23rd. Like, they gave the release date in first gameplay look, and Switch is like, in Nintendo's skill real. I was just like, oh, that's interesting.
Get excited, though, because if you're still playing on your Wii, you can buy Just Dance 2019 for the Wii.
You can still buy it for the Wii U.
No, you go back farther.
I know when they
buy it on the Wii.
When they mentioned it for the Wii, I was just like, wait, what? And then I thought about it, like, it's going to sell.
Yep.
So, Beyond Good and Evil 2 got a trailer.
We got first gameplay, finally.
Well, we got far away gameplay. We didn't get like up close gameplay of it.
To at least finally see them showing some gameplay on stage, that's a big deal.
I'm confused now about this game, and I'm lost.
What are you confused about?
Jay and Paige Jay's not supposed to be in this game.
Yeah, there she is. Ta-da!
Right. But this game was supposed to be a prequel to before Beyond Good and Evil, like years back. So did they redo this whole script?
You're seeing young Jade.
Right. Jade wasn't born yet when Beyond Good and Evil 2 is supposed to be happening.
Well, who knows? We'll find out once we get it in our hands.
Right.
Someday.
Because I was just like, wait, this can't be a prequel. Jay's not supposed to be in here. Like, even y'all stated this. So did they rewrite this game? I don't know. I'm lost.
I'm sure we'll find out.
So, Rainbow Six
I trust that he has a cohesive vision for what he's doing with this.
Right now it's a Kojima effect for me. And I'm going to leave it at that. Rainbow Six Siege is getting a documentary, another mindset. They follow some esports team playing Siege to show some of the ups and downs about esports tournament and playing Siege. They
follow that directly under things I don't give a shit about.
They mentioned more dates for tournaments than they gave for like an update for the game. Trials Rising. This was the most embarrassing. The game looks good. It's coming to Switch. Happy about that. This was the most embarrassing part of the show.
It made me laugh.
I did it.
It
made me literally groan and I'm like, you even the way that you even tried to fake your tripping was bad. That's horrible. And everybody kept saying that, people kept leaving their mics on after they left the stage so you could still hear stuff, then hear them talking.
I was okay with it, but again, it's a minor thing in the grand scheme.
The Division 2 looks really good. I'm definitely picking that up because I have the first one. It looks way better. I don't know if that's actual in game. I don't. They said that's alpha.
They did show some in game for Division 2. And I will say, as much as I harped on the first Division, this one is actually grabbing me a little bit. Visually, it looks a little. What's the word? A little more vibrant, a little more lush.
Yeah.
It doesn't look so fucking bland.
But it looks like it's trying to be the Purge, but no.
I didn't get Purge vibe, but
I think I'm saying Purge vibe is because it looks like that the infection is over with.
You're pretty much post-infection.
Huh?
Like they said that we're at a point where the infection still exists, but for the most part, it's burned out.
So because I wonder what happened to, the Kojima effect. If what happened at the end of the division doesn't connect to what's going in the two, I'm just like, they need to stop doing this. I'm gonna play the game, but I'm just like, don't give me an ending and then give me a sequel that has nothing to do with that ending. Like, start making some kind of connection. That game is coming out March 15th. You can register for the beta for Xbox One and PS4. They are introducing 3 episodes of DLC that's going to be free. They're also including 8-player raids, so that's going to be interesting to see on that. Next, they did Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Donkey Kong's DLC. They brought the live band out, and while the trailer was playing, they was playing Donkey Kong's music. They even had the DK rap that was so cool, like live.
This was exceptionally well done.
Yes.
The chick on the electric stand-up bass was smoking.
Oh, she was killing it too.
Yeah, she was.
This game will be out June 26th. It looks fun. I'm interested. I'm going to wait to get it because I need to beat the game. Next, they show Skull and Bones.
I'm still actually kind of jazzed for this. This has my interest. I want to at least rent it for a day or two and see if it grabs me the way that I think it's going to.
Well, go ahead and register for the beta. You can register for the beta, and the game will be out 2019. Because I did. I registered for it. I registered for the beta. Transference is coming out for this year. This is with a game by Elijah Woods and
I am excited about that. That looks awesome. I was super hyped to finally see a little more on Transference.
Is it a VR game?
I think so, but I'm not 100% positive.
I'm probably going to have to get more info about it. Starlink Battle for Atlas. So
hyped.
It looks really good. They got an exclusive Nintendo Switch version where that comes along with Fox McCloud and his crew is coming to the game. They even brought out Miyamoto, gave him a prototype of it, and everybody was just like, now, they was just like, it's pretty much, Starlink is pretty much Star Fox that should have been done instead of Zero. They were just like, just give it to Ubisoft to do their games like that.
So a couple things I want to hit on with Starlink. One,
before we get into it, that game is available for pre-order now, and it'll be out for October 16th. Go ahead, Larry. Now.
So, first thing to hit on is that I'm really glad that the Star Fox content isn't just here's an extra like skinned character and ship. Mm-hmm. That there's actual like exclusive story content pertaining to Star Fox in this game for the Switch version. The other is that I'm really excited because now I kind of they're showing a little bit of this universe and why I should give two shits about it, aside from the fact that the gameplay looked cool. But I am genuinely interested in what they've got going on story-wise with this.
And the thing about it, me and you was interested in this game when they announced it last year.
Yeah.
And
like, this game is going to 100% fucking break my wallet.
Yeah, because when we heard about it, I'm like, oh, the toys looked cool, the premise looked cool. And I think at one point in time, even before we started making predictions, I think we talked about Star Fox coming to this game. At some point in time, we had talked about it. But yeah, like me and you, we were hyped for this game, and I'm still hyped for it.
Oh God, yes, I cannot wait. I've got my copy ordered. So, what else did Ubi hit?
They had For Honor. They showed a new crew, a new DLC called Marching Fire. That'll be out October 16th.
Oh yeah, that looks fucking cool.
For all those PC players out there, the game is free up to June 18th on Uplay. And the group that they introduced, they didn't actually give a name. I just call them Wu-Lei because that's kind of what he was talking about. And they got a new mode called 4v4 called Bridge. So that was the thing for Honor. They said it was going to blow people's minds, and it didn't do really nothing much. The Crew 2, the open beta is June 21st. The game will be out June 29th. You guys can pre-download the beta if you want to right now.
This feels like it has been hanging out there forever.
Yeah. I gotta try to go on. I think I did download the beta. I think it's on my Xbox One. I'm gonna see if I can get it on my PS4 to do some comparison. But yeah, if people want to do that, yeah. So it's just one of those that they announced it, have all these cars and stuff, and then they were like, okay, we're about to release it at the end of the month. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. And then Ubisoft ended their show. That was it.
No, they had one last thing. They did Assassin's Creed Origins. This game.
You mean Odyssey?
Oh yeah, Odyssey. Well, in a sense, it will make you think of Origins because this game takes place before Origins started.
Yep, we're heading off to ancient Greece.
Yeah, this game will be out October 5th. But I'm just like, wait, this is where the Assassin's Creed story's supposed to start before the actual starting part?
Apparently, because, logic. So,
yeah.
Numbers and words mean nothing anymore.
Yeah. So, but that's pretty much all the third-party conferences from Digital Devolver, Limited Run Games, EA, Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Bethesda.
And yes, I'm aware we didn't talk about the PC show because nobody watches the PC show.
Actually, the PC show was good. I gotta go back and look at the they were showing it, so I'm gonna set it there. Or I'll probably look for a PC.
I did
game.
watch a couple snippets of the PC show.
The Man-Eater game.
Yes. So for any of you that are PC gaming, get ready for Man-Eater, where you get to play a shark that runs around and fucking eats people.
It's an RPG. and the Cyanide.
It's a Shark PG.
The Cyanide and High thing, Battle Royale thing. That was a funny trailer.
It was. There was actually some decent stuff in the PC show.
And I think
it's worth a look.
I think it was only like an hour and a half. It was very compact. It was kind of cool. Theme Hospital or the spiritual successor to it that looked interesting. And then when they was doing some of the breaks and stuff, when the girl and the guy weren't talking, they brought people out to talk about their chips, and then they moved on. They kept it to an hour and a half. How many people was there? How many people was there? I don't know. But I'm gonna watch the PC game. I was trying to look for it, and I couldn't. I couldn't find it. So I'm gonna try to probably watch it on the No. It might be up now, but I kind of wanna watch it and take some.
I want to check on Twitch for previous broadcasts under PC.
Okay.
Or PC gaming, because that's where they were broadcasting it. I'm guessing it's probably archived that you can go back and watch it.
And I think because Ubisoft was doing a gameplay thing after they were done, and people was leaving to go get food and stuff to get ready for Sony's for it. I think they just ended up skipping the PC gaming. But I'm intrigued about it. I like that they kept the show to an hour and a half. They kept the movie. Sable looks so good, dude.
Yes. I want it.
It's coming to Xbox One, and that's where I'm going to play it.
Agreed.
So, I didn't get. I didn't get to catch any other games, but I do want to check it out. But
you just can't wait to play Man-Eater.
That game looks so funny, dude. And I would give that as part of the PC game takeaway. That's the game of the show for the PC gaming, with Sable being second.
Yeah, I'm in agreement here. So let's wrap this shit up. I think that's good enough. We've done the rounds for E3 2018. We hope you guys had a great week with it. I know we did. Other than that, we'll be back.
Before we go, hold on. Before we go, what is your top 5 games from E3 that you're looking for? And top 5 games, and what was the best conference to you?
I think Microsoft had the best showing for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
In no particular order, top 5 that appeared this year at E3. Ori and the Will of the Wisps, shout out to our boy Milton.
Yeah.
God, that looks so good. Oh, into feels. I don't know. I was hyped to see Dead Cells on stage somewhere at least. Hollow Knight, I'm going to count it just because it was officially in a show somewhere. Super pumped for Battletoads. I don't care that it was just a title screen announcement, basically. It's new Battletoads. I'm fucking hyped. Number 5. Ooh. I'm going to throw it to Starlink.
Awesome. Cool.
So,
for me,
what do you got?
For me, of course, it's Nintendo. I think they had the best showing. Games that I took away, like my top 5, Daemon X Machina is number 1. Just like that game. Listen to the Nintendo episode, you'll hear my reasons. Control for at the PlayStation conference, they did a great job. Forza Horizon 4 looks phenomenal. That game looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. Anthem, number 4 for me from EA's press conference. Definitely looking forward to that. And to be fair, and even though I didn't talk a lot about it, I still think it's funny. Man Eater. I'm sorry.
Fuck yeah, Man Eater.
That sounds literally bunkers and stuff. And no disrespect to Square Enix or Bethesda, because Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I'm definitely looking forward to. Can't wait to play. It's just because I only did 5, it wasn't included. If I would have did 10, it would have been included in there. But yeah, those are my top 5. And even though I don't even play PC, just seeing that trailer for Man Eater made me laugh. And hearing people talk about it.
You know I'm going to pick it up, so next time you're over, we're playing the shit out of that game. So, yeah, that's it. That's a wrap, boys and girls. We'll be back next week with a regular episode of World 1-1 Podcast. As always, I am your host, Larry the Bearded Wonder, and I have been joined by the phenomenal Eddie V. And we'll be back next week. Peace.
Bye, everybody.